everyone. I am so excited that you're all on this call. This is our final meetup for the year, and we just want to look back at what we've achieved, share lessons learned, share our expectations for the coming year, and also hear from all of you, hopefully, of anything that you have benefited out of our meetups or some testimonials. It'll be good to hear from you how Women in RMEL has impacted your career or what you currently do at the moment. So before we dive into the main business for today, I would like us to take time to introduce ourselves in the chat, or if you want to also unmute and introduce yourself, since we are not many at the moment. Hopefully more will join as we go along, but feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know what you currently do, where you work, anything interesting about yourself, and where you're based. Thank you. So while that is going on, I will share my screen so that we have a sense of what we'll be doing today. I hope you can see my screen. So yes. Put it in, okay, great. Okay, so I will move on to the agenda. Yeah, so first item, we're doing welcome and introductions. So please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. And then we'll have a number of icebreakers planned for 2. So let's see how that goes. So these icebreakers are centered on Christmas, since we are all in the festive season. So we'll dive straight into those. Okay, so the first icebreaker is, I'd like to know how many of these items here. So these items are basically linked to Christmas, and they are things that I believe all of us are familiar with. But I don't also want you to feel limited by the things listed here. So how many of these things do you have, or are you planning to have this Christmas? And if there are any on this list that you currently have but are not here, you can also indicate in the chat. So let's make it interactive. You can unmute or you can type in the chat. If there's anything that you relate with here, or there's something that you want to share in the chat that is missing, please feel free. I believe some of these things bring back memories. If they are things that you've not done, or the items that you don't have currently at home that you've engaged with, or you currently use as part of your Christmas celebration. Okay, so any responses?
Okay, I think I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel like I don't know if I actually have them, because the real owners are there and they have taken ownership of those things.
Oh.
So yeah, as far back as 2 weeks ago, they decided to set up the Christmas tree with the lights. So I'm in Ghana right now. I came about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And I promised them some new Christmas lights. And so immediately I came, they pulled up the Christmas tree and set it up.
Okay.
And they also had their customized Christmas hats based on their preference. Some of them had Mickey Mouse, some of them had Spider-Man and those sort of things. Somebody said their Paw Patrol, and Thomas and Friends, and all those things that they can relate with. So personally, I don't think I have any of these things, but the true owners have them. So I feel like I have them. Probably what I'm craving for right now is a pizza from one of the finest hotels that we have here, which I'll be getting very soon.
Okay.
So on that note, my name is Kenny Gabriel, and I am an M&E professional and a PhD student studying program evaluation at the University of North Carolina in Greensboro in the USA. I'm back home for the Christmas break, and I'll be vanishing very soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
So
great
thank
to
you.
have you.
Yes, I'm excited to be here and see
Yeah, welcome
familiar
back home.
faces. Yeah, so I think I'll pass it on to Charlene.
Okay, why not?
Because I know.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, Charlene, go for
Thank
it.
you, Gabrielle. Okay. I don't celebrate Christmas as a since I'm Muslim, but I really enjoy Christmas fireworks, and for sure I will buy some to have some fun with family. Yeah, so that's the only thing I will do.
Okay.
And I'm a M&E manager at Entrepreneurial Solution Partner. I'm based in Abidjan in Cote d'Ivoire, and happy to be with all of you at the head of this year. And I hope we will have a very fun conversation. And yeah, thank you.
Sure. Thank you too, Charlene. Nice to meet you. And you're welcome. Okay. Anyone else? Esther, do you have anything you want to share with us? You can also type in the chat and I'll read it out. Samson, you just joined us. Welcome. So we are engaging in an icebreaker. So basically just mention anything here listed that you can identify with, or anything that is not here, or anything that is missing that reminds you of Christmas. Since we're in the festive season, it'll be nice to know. Okay, so while we're waiting for responses, I can go. So yeah, currently there's a decorated Christmas tree at home. What else do I have? Yeah, I have my Christmas playlist. So I have a list of songs that I've been playing for some days now. Well, not every day, but when I'm in the mood. And then I also have, well, I have something, it's not a Christmas hat, but it's kind of part of like a Christmas costume, but these kind of glasses that I have. Yeah, what else? Well, yeah, I do have some lights. Yeah, they're part of the Christmas decor, but there are also some lights that are mainly like they're similar to like centerpieces, so like things that you can decorate your table with. Yeah, I used to do greeting cards, but it's been a while. Hampers are also a popular thing, but there's no hamper at home right now. And yeah, hopefully, yeah, I look forward to eating some good food this Christmas, some nice cakes, enjoying some drinks. And of course, the nativity scene, there's none at home, but of course, this reminds me of the birth of Jesus during this season that we're celebrating. And hopefully on Saturday, I'll be watching a Christmas production by some children in my church that I've been helping to put up their Christmas production. So that'll be nice to watch. Okay, Samson has something in the chat. He says, I don't have any of the items listed. I became instantly hungry for the things you listed, but the system is dry right now. Oh, well, hopefully you would have something that you can celebrate Christmas with. Yeah, Christmas is about sharing.
It appears with the men we don't get anything. So this is
how is that so?
An opportunity for you to redeem yourself as the only men in women in evaluation.
All right. Don't worry,
we'll
see how best we can sort you out. Anyway, yeah, we're very grateful that our men have been supportive of us. Yeah, especially Gabriel. I think since inception, you've been very supportive. So big thanks to you and all the people that you've been inviting. Okay. All right, so I think we can move on to the next icebreaker. So that one is more related to music. So in the chat, I would like you to share your favorite Christmas song or Christmas carol. Yeah, any song that reminds you of Christmas. Please share in the chat. So before we started, I played a couple of tunes. So if there are any that you would want to mention, you could type them in the chat. Okay, so for those who just joined, thank you for joining. So we are doing icebreakers. Sorry you missed the first one. We're just sharing some of the things that on the list here, on the slide, which reminds us of Christmas. So if there's any item here that you have currently that you're using to celebrate Christmas with, please share in the chat. You can still participate in this icebreaker, but now we're on icebreaker 2, which is that you share your favorite Christmas song. Could be more than one song or a carol that you enjoy listening to a lot. So let me just give us a few minutes to do that. If you also want to unmute and share, please feel free to do that. So I'm gonna type mine, or I could just mention mine actually. Once in Royal David City. But I'll still type it. Oh, Silent Night. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Okay, Gabriel says, well, on our way to school today, the kids requested I play them Jingle Bells, so I think I'll go with that. Okay. Why not? You can't go wrong with Jingle Bells. Any more? Okay. Yeah, Tatiana says, all I want for Christmas is you. Yeah. Cool. Thanks to TikTok. Yeah. Okay, Gabriel says he likes Silent Night too. Nice, nice, nice. Any more? Any more favorite Christmas song, favorite Christmas carol? Any more? Any more? If you like all or you don't have a favorite, that's fine. Okay, Joy to the World. Yes, very classic. Yeah. Charlene says my best Christmas was in New York with snow everywhere. Yeah. It's always lovely to have snow around during this time. But since we're in the tropical zone, we don't have snow. But at the moment, some of us are experiencing the harmattan. Oh, holy night. Yes. Okay, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Thank you all for sharing. Hey, Jingle Bells. Yeah. Yeah, and now there are different renditions of these Christmas songs and carols everywhere. So yeah, so they never go old. Okay, so with that, we can move on to the next item. Thank you all for participating. I hope it's been fun. Okay. All right. So we dive into how Women in RMEL has been this year in terms of our engagement and in terms of our activities. And before I dive into the numbers, I want to just give a brief about Women in RMEL for those who are new. So my name is Linda Ntsiful, and I am the founder or initiator of Women in RMEL. So Women in RMEL in full stands for Women in Research, Monitoring, Evaluation, and Learning. And it's basically an online community that aims to accelerate the research, monitoring, evaluation, and learning careers of women all over the world. That's our goal. We want to go global. And so we've been organizing these sessions at the beginning of this year. We call them meetups, and they're actually open to everyone. So even though our target group or focus is women, we are open to having anyone in the space or in the ecosystem join us on these calls to engage. For us to learn from each other. Share knowledge, share experiences, and encourage each other in this space. And there's also a good community for anyone who might be exploring job options. It's also good to join these sessions, which are eye-opening. Personally, I have gained so much from the rich experiences of those who have come to speak to us. And I will dive into that in a bit. So thank you for joining. If you're new, thank you. And even if this is not your first time, thank you for supporting us since we started these meetups. And also engaging on our social media platforms. So we are active on LinkedIn, Twitter, and WhatsApp. So the WhatsApp group we have is only for the women, but then the other platforms are open to both, to everyone. So in terms of how we are doing on social media, on LinkedIn, so if you follow the business page, these are numbers as at yesterday. We have 509 followers on the business page. And then there's also a Women in RMEL group on LinkedIn, which has 45 members as well, for those who might not be able, those who might not be able to join on WhatsApp, or whose preference would be on LinkedIn rather than WhatsApp. This is also another group of women on the platform. The only thing is it's not as engaging as the WhatsApp platform. So but hopefully in the coming year, I hope that would change. And then on Twitter, we have 53 followers. And currently on the WhatsApp platform, we have 71 followers. So it's been good progress. Actually, at the beginning of the year, we had about 300, a little over 300 followers on the LinkedIn business page, but thankfully these numbers have swelled up over the past few months. And I think it's thanks to all of you, your engagement and your contributions. Gabriel has a question.
Yes.
Or you'd like to chip in something?
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about the WhatsApp group?
Okay, so the WhatsApp group is targeted at the women, only for the women, specifically because the target group is women. And on that platform, we share job opportunities. People have special needs. So like if maybe there's someone who is writing a report or who needs like a senior M&E person to help to review maybe a CV or a document. That it's a space of the platform allows for that kind of engagement, because we have we have senior members, so like people who have practiced in M&E for like maybe 30 years, like people who have practiced for a really long time. And then we also have young and emerging evaluators, people who are now like starting off in the sector or who are new or like who have transitioned into M&E, maybe from a different background. Yeah, so basically it's just to foster that kind of engagement and like build that kind of sisterhood, you know, encourage more women to explore this like career options within M&E research and learning, yeah, in that space as well. Yeah, so basically that's the like the main reason for having this specific WhatsApp group. Yeah, and I mean, it's so initially when I started, I sent out registration forms for people to sign up and then ask if they would want to be added to the platform as well. But yeah, I mean, it's so because eventually we want to be able to like also empower and encourage women, because yeah, the sector itself, we don't really have like a support group for women. So that's also one of the motivating factors for starting this group. Also through my engagements with other people within the sector, like they also pointed this out as a need, and also that kind of knowledge transfer where you have like people who are more experienced transferring their knowledge to those who are new. Yeah, it's like there's a kind of like a gap. So I mean, this basically is a way, or a channel, an avenue to be able to meet those gaps. Thank you for your question. Okay, so moving on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so here I'm going to touch on the YouTube channel that we have. So all the meetups that we've had since the year started, we've been able to record and upload them to our YouTube channel. So I'll share the link in the chat shortly. But yeah, basically it's supposed to be a repository where you can access these videos. Even if you are not able to attend the session live, you can go back and watch or listen, take notes. Yeah, you can also react or give feedback as well, which help a lot. Yeah, so we've had speakers from different parts of the world, as you can see, some based in South Africa, the US, Ghana, Kenya. Yeah, so the idea is to have different speakers from different parts of the world, because they all bring unique perspectives from where they are located. And so that's an advantage or something interesting that we want our community members or like those who join our meetups to be able to access and tap into to enrich themselves as well. And it's also a way for members or the community to also get in touch with these people as well. Yeah, because sometimes you might not know who to contact for a particular, maybe subject, or maybe on a particular topic. Yeah, because even though M&E might be seen as a very niche sector, it's also a bit broad, because there are different elements of M&E like that people are specialized in as well. So that's also something that we want to bring out during these meetups as well. And at the moment we have 36 subscribers, and we have 12 videos. So there was also one session that we did with the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum, which was a Women in Monitoring and Evaluation conference in October. So we were fortunate to be part of the organization of that event, which was the first one of its kind, yeah, held in Accra. But it was a hybrid event, so we had participants who joined physically and online as well. And we also had speakers who joined online and in person as well. So yeah, if you have not watched that episode or that session, you can also watch that. So there's an abridged and an extended version of that conference or that event as well. Yeah, so I would say that in terms of attendance, cumulatively, we've had about 161 people who have attended the sessions. But I would say the most attended session was the one we had last month about developing a culture of learning for improved program impact. And that was facilitated by Florence Randari. Maybe some of you might know her. Yeah, so we had close to about 25 participants who joined that session. And yeah, hopefully in the coming year, we hope that our sessions would have more attendees or participants joining. Yeah, so in terms of increasing our reach, I would say in terms of participation, we've had people or more people joining from West Africa, East Africa, and South Africa. And yeah, it will be good to also hear from all of you how we can improve our reach, or increase our reach, like have more diversity in terms of people represented from different countries. So yeah, if you have any ideas on how we can improve that, please feel free to reach out. You can, if you have any ideas right now, you can type in the chat, and we'll see how best we can get more representation from different places, different parts of the world. But yeah, I'm happy about the start that we've made. But yeah, looking forward to having more engagements from people from the other side of the globe as well. And I also managed to sample some feedback, which has been received through the feedback forms after we have our sessions or meetups. So these are just a few of the comments that people have sent in. So thanks to all who have provided feedback. They've been very useful. And yeah, it's good that you hold the Women in RMEL team accountable if you're not seeing some of these things happen. Yeah, so we do hope that next year we can have a session on knowledge management for those who are interested in that area, and also looking at how we can create or manage ME systems. Maybe have a dedicated session or maybe a workshop on that. And then also components that have to do with evaluations and measuring impact components. Yeah, so keep your feedback coming. I'll also share the feedback form after our session, or when our session draws to a close today. It'll be good to know how we can meet everyone's needs. And if you're here and you also want to facilitate or speak on a topic that will be interesting, you can also reach out. You can also fill that form, and then we can get in touch and speak more. Okay, so sharing expectations for 2024. As I said earlier, we do look forward to having more interesting sessions based on recommendations or suggestions received through our feedback, and also with, trending issues within the space. Yeah, we would make sure that we cover those areas as well. And then want to see how best we can initiate a mentorship program, or like have something structured, yeah, similar to a mentorship program to meet the needs of the community. And then see how best we can get some of you to maybe moderate some of the sessions, for instance, or be more involved in doing some of the work behind the scenes. Yeah, if there's any way you want to support, maybe through your skills, you can also reach out as well. And then in terms of increasing participation, I touched on that earlier. and then improve on data collection. So one of the ways that I hope we'll be able to do that will be through the registrations. So if you noticed, the link I shared or that went out for this session was a pre-registration link. So I want to see how we can also capture information on those who have been joining the sessions, and also just to see who is regular. Yeah, and also just create that database of people within the space as well. But yeah, if for any reason you're not comfortable sharing your data, you can also let me know if you have any issues with confidentiality. And then we also want to explore more partnerships. So as I indicated earlier, we partnered with the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum to organize the Women in Monitoring and Evaluation in Ghana, but we also look forward to engaging other partners or people within the M&E space to organize more events or do some amazing stuff together, maybe publish. So I mean, there are endless opportunities we can explore together, of course. Okay, so I'd like to give people the opportunity to share any testimonials or anything that you think you've benefited, or anything that you might have taken away that has helped you as a result of being connected to women in RMEL or engaging with some of the speakers probably after the sessions. It'll be nice to hear so that we can continue the good work that we're doing as well, and then celebrate with you as well. So the floor is open. Anyone wants to share? Okay, Esther, please go for it.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Okay, it's good evening in Ghana, so good evening. Okay, so for me personally, I would say through I've been able to secure one internship and one job role. So the internship was with Clones House, Nigeria. And the other full-time role was with the Africa Matters Initiative. And it was all through our WhatsApp platform and some of the engagements we've had through the series of sessions that we've had so far. And apart from that too, I think the group has also created that consciousness of always wanting to learn what is evolving in the M&E space, especially with the kind of facilitators that we bring to facilitate different sessions in the space. It's easier connecting with them on LinkedIn afterwards. So I think for my LinkedIn feed, it's all M&E now, and I'm thankful to this group, Women in RMEL, for this opportunity. So I think that's what I want to say. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's exciting. Well done. Thank you, Esther, for sharing. It's really encouraging to hear how Women in RMEL has impacted your career growth. Okay, anyone else? Or if you have any questions on anything I've said so far, or you would also like to share any expectations you have, or any goals you've set for yourself that probably you would want us to hold you accountable for, maybe just to make sure that you're on track, feel free. You can type in the chat, or you can also unmute and speak. Okay, I'll give some people. Okay, Charlene, yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. So it's my first time to take part to this meeting, and what I noticed is it's full of change, full of knowledge, and it's something that should be shared widely to give opportunity to a lot of people to, interact, develop network, improve their knowledge. And I'm really grateful to the person who shared the link with me. And I'm sure that I won't miss any session for this coming year. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Thank you to Charlene for sharing. Okay, so continuing, I just want to share this diagram by EvalueCore. So they have this, So they have this guide on how you can engage better in monitoring and evaluation. So it's important that we look for opportunities which will help us to grow and progress in our careers. So one of the ways you can do that is by joining an M&E professional organization or group. Of course, Women in RMEL is here because of that. And then you can also follow and connect with professionals, enthusiasts, people who are always who are always saying something about things that are happening within the space. There are a number of notable examples online that you could check. You can verify their profiles before you follow them, of course. And then attending events, seminars, webinars, conferences. Now that numerous ways that you can participate in events, especially online. So now information is all over, and it's easily accessible. And then you can also take time and sign up for a course online where you can also get or obtain a certificate or a degree in M&E if you want to professionalize, or at least have proof that you are an M&E specialist. And then also be up to date with ongoing trends, developments within the space, and also sign up for internships, just like our sister Esther shared that she's had these wonderful opportunities by getting some training through Clone House and also Africa Matters. These are opportunities that can open up your mind and develop your skills in the area of M&E. So it's good to gain experience through internships and job trainings and what have you, volunteering and so on. Great. So if you want to reach out to Women in RMEL, you can just send an email to womeninrmel@gmail.com, and someone will definitely get in touch with you. All right, so I'd like to give people opportunity if there are any, questions or anything that might be, in our minds, or maybe if there's something that you want to have inputs from the community on, please, you can share. But while people are thinking of that, I can quickly just share these links for us to access. So I'm going to share a link where you can enter suggestions on topics that you want us to treat next year. I'll also share the link to the feedback form. Then I'll also share the link to the Women in RMEL YouTube channel. So if you have never attended any of our sessions, apart from the one for today, you can access access the recordings from what we've done since the year started. So from January to November. And then I will also share, links to our Twitter and, well, now it's no more Twitter, it's now called X, but I'll share. So that's the LinkedIn one I just shared, and then I'll share X right now. Okay, so that's about it. Okay. Yeah, so I've shared a number of links. Yeah, you can take your time and just access them, whichever one is yeah, relevant to you. Just feel free and just provide any information through the feedback form or the spreadsheet, where you can, you know, type suggestions for topics that we could discuss next year. You can also check out our Women in RMEL pages on LinkedIn and X, yeah, for further engagement. So I'd just like to give one last opportunity if there's anything anyone wants to say before we turn down the curtain.
Yes, I have a comment.
Okay.
So I want to say congratulations, Linda, for leading the RMEL group and for all the things that you have achieved in the year. I was wondering, the Global Evaluation Week 2024 was announced this week.
Okay.
I was wondering whether you have plans to present. I believe that RMEL has a beautiful story to tell at events like that.
Okay.
And so if it is something that you are considering, I believe it will be a great addition and exposure for your establishment and for what you do.
Okay.
And so I would strongly encourage you to consider submitting an application or a proposal to participate and then showcase what you are doing. This is a very great story. Participating in some of the sessions and hearing the description that you give for the WhatsApp group and all the things that you are doing. I believe that these are stories that need to be told to the outside world. These are stories that need to be heard out there. So I would encourage you to put yourself out there and keep rocking it. I mean, you are doing great. So just keep going.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very, very heartwarming to hear. So yeah, I'll definitely take your suggestion to apply for the GoCal 2024 event. Yeah, I'll take that upon myself to work on, and yeah, reach out if you would like to contribute in any way, or anyone in the community wants to contribute. Yeah, we can discuss further to see what we can do together as well. So thank you very much. Okay, so I think that on that note, I'd like to say
just one more
you want
thing
to say
as
one more
well,
thing?
then?
Yes, please, Tatiana.
Yes, I would like to personally recognize and thank you for the hard work that you put in administering all these groups. A lot of times I miss these meetings. I'm either in the office or somewhere, and then I come in and I find you've sent minutes, you've sent recordings, you've done this or the other, you've sent us resources. So I would like to thank you very much for that.
My pleasure, Tatiana. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you very much. So yeah, on that note, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who was able to join today. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Samson. Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you. Doris was here as well. Yeah, and all who joined and dropped off, thank you all for joining today. I must say that, yeah, this community cannot exist without wonderful people like you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing great things with all of you and the rest of the community. And yeah, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2024. Thank you all for your time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
Linda.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.